Normally, nobody's looking to shank you. When you get into the higher institutions, when people are doing, a ton of time and there's no way you can benefit them, then you got a little more problem.
When the cameras fade and the headlines stop trending, that's when the real story begins, inside those cold concrete walls. Because out here, Diddy is a global celebrity. But in there, none of that matters. No one cares about platinum records or billion-dollar business deals. Inside, it's about respect, survival, and who controls the block. And that's exactly what former mobster and prison insider Sammy, the Bull Gravano, just exposed in a new interview that's blowing up the internet. He didn't sugarcoat it. He said flat out, if Diddy goes in, he's not walking into a rap video. He's walking into a jungle. According to Sammy, celebrity status doesn't protect you in federal custody. In fact, it paints a target on your back. Inmates see fame as currency. They want a piece of you, your money, your clout, or your fear. And when word spread that Diddy might be cooperating, that's when things get dangerous. Because snitches, even alleged ones, don't get a welcome party. Sammy broke it down like this. In the mob, we had rules. You snitch, you vanish. In prison, same energy, different rules. Guys test you. They bump into you in line. They take your seat. They see if you'll fold. And here's the twist. Diddy's lifestyle, the designer clothes, the luxury, the ego, none of that plays well behind bars. The moment he walks through that gate, he's stripped down to a number, a jumpsuit, and a bunk bed that smells like bleach and sweat. Insiders say Diddy's already struggling mentally. He's been crying for help in private, terrified of being moved into general population. He's used to control, to people obeying his every word, but now every order comes from someone else. Guards don't care who he is. They don't take selfies. They tell him when to eat, when to shower, when to sleep. And that's driving him crazy. Reports claim he's asked multiple times for protective custody, basically isolation. But even that's no luxury suite. You're locked in a tiny cell 23 hours a day with nothing but your thoughts. Some say it's worse than general population because your mind starts turning against you. And for a man like Diddy, whose whole world was built on attention and noise, that silence is torture. Meanwhile, ex-inmates say the prison grapevine moves faster than social media. Everybody knows who's coming in, what their charges are, and how much time they're facing. Word on the yard travels in minutes. So the second Diddy steps foot inside, the whispers start, "Yo, that's the bad boy guy. Ain't he the one who flipped on his people?" And once that label sticks, there's no escaping it. Guys will test him, not because they hate him, but because proving you punked a celebrity earns instant respect. It's reputation clout inside. One punch, one humiliation, and suddenly your name carries weight. Sammy Gravano even laughed during the interview. He said, "People think fame gets you privileges in prison. Nah. Fame gets you problems. What's worse, Diddy's used to running with bodyguards, lawyers, and yes men. Inside, that wall is gone. It's just him, face to face with people who've lost everything and have nothing to lose. Guys who will fight just to feel alive. And that's where fear becomes your enemy. Because the second they sense weakness, you're done." Now, here's the thing. Diddy's lawyers are reportedly pushing hard for a safer transfer. They don't want him anywhere near hardcore offenders. But federal prisons don't cater to egos. They look at your record, your charges, and they place you accordingly. And with the level of investigation surrounding him, some insiders say he might even end up in a medium security facility, not a luxury camp. That means razor wire, gang cliques, politics, and pressure 24/7. Former inmates have already come forward saying that guys inside are waiting for him. One anonymous ex-prisoner told a podcast, "They don't care if you're Puff Daddy or the president. If you did dirt, you get dirt back." And here's where the story gets dark. Because Diddy's past isn't just about music. There are decades of rumors about shady deals, intimidation, and silence bought with money that might have worked outside. But inside, there's no NDA that protects you. Everyone talks. Everyone watches. One wrong word, one wrong move, and even guards can turn against you. Because let's be real, some of them are fans of justice, not hip-hop. It's said that Diddy's already been writing letters, begging certain industry friends to keep his legacy alive. That's desperation, not confidence. Sources close to him claim he's losing sleep, pacing his cell, replaying old moments in his head. The parties, the awards, the crowds. The contrast between that world and this one is brutal. Even the mobster laughed and said, "Guys like him, they ain't built for the cage. He's used to velvet ropes, not steel bars." And you can feel that truth. Because if Diddy really does end up doing hard time, this will be the first time in his life where money can't buy comfort, where charm can't change fate, and where the only thing that matters is who you are when nobody's watching. The same walls that broke legends before him, from Hollywood icons to crime bosses, are now closing in. And if the reports of him crying and breaking down are true, this might just be the fall nobody thought they'd ever see. Because when the fame fades, the music stops, and the fans move on, all that's left is the man behind the empire. And for Diddy, that man might not be ready for what's waiting on the inside. But here's the thing most people don't understand. Prison doesn't just punish your body, it breaks your mind. The same man who once ran empires, who threw million-dollar parties with the world's biggest names, is now waking up to the sound of metal doors slamming and guards yelling count time. Every hour reminds him that he's not in control anymore. Inmates who've seen celebrities come through say the first 30 days are the worst. That's when reality hits. The adrenaline fades, the visitors slow down, and you realize nobody's coming to save you. Sammy Gravano said it best. In there, you got two choices: adapt or get eaten alive. And Diddy, he's not built for adapting. The routine is brutal. Wake up before sunrise, count time, then breakfast, powdered eggs, cold coffee, and stale bread. No private chefs, no assistants, no champagne. Just noise, sweat, and survival. He'll have to clean his own cell, do assigned work, maybe laundry, maybe kitchen duty. And when you're used to being called sir, being ordered around by guards in their 20s hits hard. And that's when the psychological warfare begins. Other inmates size you up, not just physically but mentally. They want to see if the fame means anything. They might push him, humiliate him, or corner him just to see his reaction. And if he snaps, spreads, they'll all know, Diddy cracked. There's another level to this too. Money. Outside, it made him powerful. Inside, it can make him a target. Guys will expect him to take care of people, buy favors, pay protection, send commissary money. If he refuses, they'll turn on him. If he agrees, he becomes a wallet everyone wants a piece of. Either way, he loses. And sources say Diddy's team is already terrified of leaks. Every inmate has a story to sell. A photo, a letter, a rumor. It all becomes tabloid gold. TMZ and YouTube will eat it alive. Imagine the chaos if one guy smuggles out footage of Diddy breaking down in tears. That clip alone would break the internet. Insiders claim he's been writing to his sons, telling them to stay strong and protect the family. But behind those words is fear, because he knows that once you enter the system, you're no longer a father or a mogul, you're just another name on a list. Even the ex-mobsters who've survived decades inside say this. Prison doesn't care how much you made. It only cares what you're made of. And right now, Diddy's facing a kind of test he's never known. A test of spirit, patience, and truth. There's a saying among lifers, you don't serve time. Time serves you. It eats at you slowly, until the man you were no longer exists. And if Diddy doesn't find a way to face his demons, not the public image, but the real ghosts of what he's done, he might not make it out the same person. The fame, the power, the empire, all of it's useless behind those walls. What's left now is raw humanity, stripped bare. And that's the part no amount of money can fix. Because in prison, even the king has to kneel.